many years? 50 years plus, maybe? And in 50 years, how much? Since 1950, so a little bit more than years, but it didn't take us long to create a global disaster. And it doesn't matter where you look in the world, everyone is contributing to this global disaster of plastic. So the reality is, it took all of us to create the disaster, and it is going to take everyone to really do something solid about it. And so what we did was, we contacted an award-winning marketing team. And we can click here. And what we did was, we simply asked them, what is the message? What is the words that we need to put together in order to communicate really to a broader masses? Stefan said it before, this is not just a networking. We're not ashamed of networking, quite the contrary. We're proud of the relationship marketing. But what you will see here today is a strategy that you will see the baseline of. You will see the very fundament of what it is. And this is just the beginning of what is to come. Well, our aim is to go out and really tell the world. Now, we promised you on the Next Level tour that we are going to deliver the next level. And we are here to do just that. So if you will click one more time, the next level is here. Actually, the next level, I can do that too, yeah. The down one or forward? Okay. The next level is here. It's here in more ways than one. It's here because you are here. And Stefan is absolutely right. There was no invitations really sent out. We gave information that we would have a live webinar to talk about this, and that's why, thousands of people are watching from home and looking at this. When we talked before, how many people are really going to come to see this? The truth was, we didn't know. We didn't know. We tried to ask and how many was coming, and we were mind blown by how many of you have been flying in. We literally had to stop people saying, we don't have any more room. And you can only do that if you create a movement, something that people really want to get into, something that people really want to be a part of. The power of simplicity and the power to change. See, simple is not just simple. You can have a simple form of things, and you can have very complex things. But the genius is if you go through the complexity and create something very simple. When you create a simplicity in something that's very complex, it means you can easily access much more people. You look at any smartphone you have today, the technology behind it is understandable even to a child because they know how to maneuver with the dashboard. The brilliance is in the simplicity. If you had to type in a code, or if you were to talk to technical people, they could tell you stuff about your phone you don't even want to know. But it is making it accessible to the world that's really the power. The power to change. We all know the world is in a constant change. And the reality is, change is happening faster and faster and faster. Glad to ask you, how many of you have a mobile phone? All of you would go, yes, I have. And if I were to ask you, for how many years have you had a mobile phone, you would be able to go back some years. But if I'm asking you, is your mobile phone 5 years old, you look at me like, because a 5-year-old mobile phone wouldn't even work today. There would be so many things that it would not really do very well. Things and changes are happening faster and faster. And we need to be able to adapt to those changes. We need to be able to bridge that. Now, one of the things that we want to do is we want to grow fast. Now, all of you are top leaders, and those of you watching from home, maybe you have your own experience. We all want to grow fast. We want to have strong growth. But I want to tell you this. Stefan made a big point out of communicating this. We're not looking to grow fast necessarily, and particularly not in the beginning. We're more looking to grow the right way. Why? Some you can outgrow yourself. And what that simply means is you need to grow with a project so that the project doesn't take over and just runs. We've seen too many businesses grow rapidly just to collapse. What we're looking to do here is to organize, grow fast, but the right way. We're in the duplication business, but the reality is there's very little duplication going on. We're people. We tell stuff our own way. We try to share a message our own way. And as such, this message has often been very diluted. From a marketing standpoint, that is a disaster. Anyone involved in marketing knows that about protecting a brand is really what you want to do. You want to make sure that people, when they see your brand, that they understand who are you, what are you about, what are your values. And so what we did was we contacted a global marketing agency, like I said before, and we had them studied. So when you create a brand, it's not just a process of 10, 15 people coming together and saying this could be a cool name. You actually study the internet. You study the global market space, because this agency is actually representing global companies and global brands. What that means is you need to now study where is the marketing space for you. So what you are going to see today is we are going to change names. When I'm saying we're going to change names, it's not today. We're still Cloudhorizon. And we're still proud to be Cloudhorizon. But we are going to change for a marketing purpose. We're going to do that in order to own our own space, in order to be really in control of our own brand. We will change not only one, but we'll actually change two names here today. And what you will see is a technology that will actually support you and us in getting our core message out to people who do not yet look at our business. But we will get the message out there in a conform way. What that simply means is this: we will get the message out there as it was intended, okay? We will get the message from here to the other side of the world without being diluted by stories, but really professionally messaged to that market specifically. When we look at that, you have to understand the power. Now, I want you all to welcome our new company platform called Ecovo. Ecovo.com. Yes, you may applaud. Ecovo will be the area where we will share informations about nature, informations about solutions. See, the whole world is talking about the problems of plastic waste. Everybody is communicating, it's wrong over here. This is going wrong over here. You got plastic waste over there. Did you know this is happening over here? Everybody's communicating that. And from a business standpoint, it's very, very good that they are doing that. It's very, very good. It makes awareness enormous. It's very important to the environment that we do become aware of this catastrophe. If you just think about what Stefan said, our children will be the first generation to not live as long as their parents. Think about that. Main reason being the plastic. Now, what we're going to be able to do here is share message not just about the problem, but actually be able to share a message that there is a solution. There is not just a solution in the form of a machinery, but there is a solution where anyone from any part of the world, regardless of religion, background, financial status, whatever, can actually actively participate in eradicating the plastic waste. The Ecovo brand is not just, like I said, a studied thing. It is actually also built for purpose. In the word here, you will find eco for eco-friendly. You will find economy. You will find the word evolution in there, and the VO for voice. The lines around here is basically showing sharing. And that is the core message of Ecovo, is that sharing matters. Now let's try to get a little feel of what the page will look like. You will see a very clean design. The design is made to be easy to overview. You have the different areas that we're going to attack. You will have unique articles in here. These are not articles that we just took from somewhere and put there. They are actually made by us. They are actually made by a professional marketing agency. And this is very, very important to understand. You will be able to have products and services that you can buy, and you will see later in the presentation that we are already now taking steps to being able to expand our product range. How many of you would like to have more products in the shop? Now, Ecovo is your chance to reduce plastic waste by sharing environmental stories that matter. And this is very, very important. Ecovo is absolutely for free to register on. Anyone can come to Ecovo. You can invite them. I register at Ecovo and I see articles. It doesn't cost anything. I will be able to, from here, actually to share content that I read and that I feel is important. We will even reward you for doing so. When you look at the Ecovo platform, we started here with an image of Jonas, just to get going. Where are you? Jonas said to say this, but you will see it has a nice clean feel. You will see it is easy to overview. And what you need to know about the site is it is also the user journey of it. The simplicity of it is actually studied. It is studied and it will continue to be studied, which means we will track how people are actually moving on the site, which means, again, like Stefan promised, you will likely see changes going on further down the road, and these changes will adapt to how people are actually moving on the site. And what that means is we are taking the areas of the business that people don't touch and move them to where they do touch them and where they do get involved. And this is when you take technology and knowledge and combine that with the power of the people. Now, here you will see related content. This related content is already written. We have already more than 34 articles written up, ready to go. These articles are not accidental articles. It's not just the question of people going in and saying, this is a nice topic, let's write something about that. That's one article. No. You will actually see that it goes anywhere from Coca-Cola that has found a way to make the first bottles out of plastic waste. This article comes from us. This is a unique article that is not out there yet. You will see how it spreads to Indonesia, and it even has the Philippines in there. Why? We are a global company with a global message. These articles will not take, the standpoint of looking at everything from Europe, where the main headquarters will be. It will not do that. It will take a global part of it. What you need to know that by now already, the company has been founded. By now already, we have our banking in place, so all of that actually works. We are good to go. It happened since Amsterdam until here. So we've been very, very busy behind the lines. We've got some new offices set up in Vienna, and we're looking even to hire new people. As a matter of fact, we've already strengthened the management with people that are very renowned in the industry that will come in and they will pop up as news as the weeks and the months go now. You will see how we are strengthening our core in order to better service you out there. When you go in here and you are a user, you will be able to just copy a URL. If I am a free user, I will have my private URL. I can now share the message. I can copy the text and the hashtags. What that means is, certainly my shares, the stuff I share on the internet, will have the same hashtags as the one Hans-Peter is sharing, as the one Pascal is sharing. And this simply means more traffic. But while we are all generating more traffic to Ecovo, because of the URL, we can track who actually clicked on my sharing and came back to Ecovo that way, and the system will reward me with points for doing so. How do you like that? To give you an idea, you all are registered on different social medias. Imagine all of your organization sharing a post just once a week. How many people would indirectly look at your business every single week? If you think about the amount of people you have in your team, you multiply that by the amount of friends that they have on Facebook, you multiply that by the amount of likes it gets on Facebook, now you begin to have an idea what that is. And if you think about those click-through rates, okay, that would be a sum of money no one could afford to pay, but it gets better. Every time we share something, we are not sharing it in the traditional sense of marketing. We're staying in a very exclusive area. And the exclusive area is the area of micro-influence. The micro-influence simply means this: you all have a direct impact on the people around you, and the people around you have a direct impact on you. I often use the example, when you want to go buy a pair of shoes, you're not just buying the shoes. You're thinking about, what will people think if I buy these shoes? If I'm buying a car, I will think not just about the car and the money. I will think about, what will my neighbor say? You know what the crazy thing is? We will often think more about the people we don't like than we will think about the people we like, because we want to fit in. Social influence is tremendous, and this is the highest form of marketing. Why? It penetrates through every single message out there. When you talk to somebody that is your friend, that you trust, and you come to their city and they tell you, this is the best hotel, this is the best restaurant, they immediately become your number one restaurant, your number one hotel. And no advertise given to you can really match that, because you will feel a certain connection because of the people that you know. All of your marketing will happen within that exclusive area of micro-influencing, and we will be able to track it. And what will happen is, all of these free users, they will be able to see how many points they are collecting every single day, so they can follow each of the campaigns that are there. All of this you don't need to do a lot about. We will have more trainings on them in the next weeks here as to how it exactly works, because this is a transition into a new situation. Ecovo sharing matters. We all have a voice, and we all have an obligation to use it. Why not use it for good? Why not use it when you are being rewarded? And what you will see with Ecovo is that we will start a gamification process. A gamification where, even if you don't involve yourself with any sort of business, you will be able to still have fun sharing and impacting the world, just because you want to do good. Maybe you will read an article that is related to your area, and here's what we will do. We will track every single article. We will track every single country, and we will tune in on what is really relevant to the market, and we will strive to reach our audience, and that means we will reach, through you, your audience, returning back to your business. When Stefan said we are going to make a paradigm shift, we are going to make a paradigm shift. And what this simply means is, before this industry was just about people contacting new people. But right now, you're going to see, once you start sharing, and over time, you will inform such an amount of people that they will start coming the other way around, and you will start filling your calendars. You will actually have to qualify the leads that are coming in to make sure they're worth your time. And we will do everything we can to automate the process for your business. How do you like it, Kovo? There is more, because there's also behind this something that needs to drive a Kovo, which is you guys. So where are your business actually? This is what everyone will see, but where is your business existing? What is it that really amplifies a Kovo? What does that? Well, let's have a look at that. We welcome Amplivo. Now, you will all have heard that with the Amplivo introduction, it was much more subtle. It was not a hype, and it is not intended to be a hype. There's drama and plastic waste, but you will see with Amplivo here is a very simple, soft approach to people. Every study documented shows that there is a tremendous power in a soft sell. A soft sell means you serve people the opportunity to easily understand rather than drowning them in a massive message. We open the doors rather than scaring people away. There will be excitement enough for them to see when they come closer, when they come into our events, when they see our excitement. But when we begin, we have to meet people at a very, very good level. And remember, guys, the entire industry is estimated to have roughly 200 million people involved today. 200 million people. That is less than the population of Indonesia. The rest of the world does not know anything about the industry. Think about the potential of that. Think about how many people out there not involved, doesn't know. These are the people that we will be able to attract, and these are the people we will focus on. So with Amplivo, we will amplify.
Can one person change the world and make money at the same time? They can with Amplivo. Join now and you can earn points by sharing ethical news and stories within your social network. And the more you share, the more points you'll earn. And if you encourage others to join, you'll earn even more. Each point is linked to profitable eco-projects around the world. So as well as financial rewards, you could be reducing waste plastic, planting trees, or even building schools. You could say doing good never felt better. Amplivo. Amplify change. Join now at amplivo.com.
This is not intended for a business presentation, but this video is intended for people who are curious. And you know what? On the Kovo website, when I have shared the first messages and I can see I'm beginning to make some points, I will be introduced to this video. And with this video, I will learn that there's actually an opportunity for me to go from being, a supporter or follower into actually becoming an influencer with Amplivo. Now, Amplivo, we are amplifying change. That is the core message. What you will see with the Kovo Amplivo approach is that we are not just attacking plastic. We're not sticking to that. We want to reach broader to attract more people to, be able to grow. We are about reducing plastic waste. Make no mistake about it. None of our goals have changed. Quite the contrary. Only our strategy to get there has become more clear. But we are amplifying a change in people. We're different with the real deal. We believe we have the solution. And we believe we're ready to be heard. we are ready to amplify change. Ladies and gentlemen, there is nothing more that we really need to prove other than to step on the pedal, other than to gain more speed, other than to communicate more. We have the science of the machinery set up. We have the community built. We have the profit streams moving over. We have the exchange running. We are ready for the world to see, hear, and understand what we're doing. And we are very, very happy to be able to share that with them. Now, this is just a little bit for you to see the colors of Amplivo. It is made with these colors, and you will see here, this is actually from what is the brand guide. There's a whole science into building a brand. There are defined symbols, there are defined colors, and everything comes studied, everything comes for a reason. Color codes, all of these things in the brand guide are guidelines that we have to obey by so that we can grow to become a household brand that people will recognize, that people will reflect positive to. This brand guide here is just one of many things that builds the base for what we are going out and delivering to the world. But please know, everything has been developed for moving on very, very fast. We are now. Amplivo is designed for simplicity and to maximize opportunity. We have designed it this way so that you get more speed in your business. You will see an easy overview of your own genealogy. You will have easy access to it. You will have the functions that you've seen in the CH media, the ability to really communicate to your organization. You will have an academy in there where you can not just watch a video, but you can actually also take a test. Based on the test, you can even be rewarded with points. See, one of our main drivers is we have to educate people on the solution that we bring about, and we will have an automated process for this. Also here, you can be able to share campaigns. And this is one of the major news of the Amplivo platform. We will add new products that you guys can acquire. Now, today we have savings and we have them on travels, we have them on shopping, but you will also be able to buy in here packages that are reflecting marketing campaigns. Now, why would I buy a marketing campaign? I would buy a marketing campaign because it helps me share a professional message. It's not just me writing on Facebook, this is good, but I have a real orchestrated professional campaign. If I understand that for me as an individual, that becomes pretty logical. But think about the power of the networks that you guys already have. And if everyone steps in and you tie into the same channel and you are channeling traffic through the same message, but all is being able to recognize the individual and all the traffic will go to the individual. Now, what you will be able to see here is this. These articles, these campaigns that you will get, that you can share, you will also be rewarded with the Kovo points on them, okay? But we don't stop there. We can again track, and that simply means if you have a campaign and you just buy it and you do nothing with it, this is the amount of the Kovo points you get. But if you are active and you are choosing to share the message and you're choosing to do more, we will actually reward you with points for doing so. We will track that you are sharing it, we will motivate, we will encourage you to do so. And remember, if you share more, you earn more. How many of your organization people do you think will understand this? Just think about it. Think about the effect that it will have. How many people will see your business, not just through you, but through your entire network and the people that they are talking to on a daily basis anyway, when they are active on the social medias. There will be an in-depth training on this in 14 days where you will understand much, much more. Now, as I said here you can see your organic points and your promotion points. So the system will clearly show you where you're going, how far you are in your process, and what you made out of it. You can also see your own profile here. How many Acovo points do you actually have? And that is always good to know. With Amplivo, we are going to amplify posts. With Amplivo, we're going to amplify rewards. And with Amplivo, we're going to amplify income. We are going to amplify your income and the ones of your team members. The site will be starting in English. I think everybody understands that. That's perfectly normal. It will also come in Spanish from the beginning. We will also be able to have Italian when we start. Italians like that. We will be in French from the beginning. Any other nations in here? It will be in German from the beginning. We got some crazy Germans in the house. But I don't understand why you guys want it in German. I read on the internet today that said, I'm not going back. Yeah. But it will be in German, also auch für die deutschsprachigen Ländern. Alles klar, ja? So, it will be in Thai. I have personally done the Thai translation. No, I have not. And it will be in Vietnamese. So when we start, not just the website will be in those languages, but every single article will be in those languages. What that means for the market is tremendous. Or what it means to the Google search engine is beyond compare, because it doesn't just examine one language. It certainly finds out that this is what it really is. It is a global phenomenon. This is much more than just a network. It's a movement. Think about it. When we come together, what we talk about and how we understand the world, how we see the world, how we see plastic waste. It took like 48 hours for me to develop a plastic mouth. I started talking plastic all the time because I realized what it is. And so we united for a cause. And this cause, the world deserves to know. And that's why we really need to bring it out there. In Amplivo, very fast, you will see something else new. You're going to see not just the business volume that's used to calculate qualifications. We're going to introduce a commission volume. Commission volume is because of the VAT in the different nations. So we have to have that in there. But it's also used to be able to expand the variety of products in our shop, because they cannot all have the same calculation. But through this system, we can do that, and we can respect the VAT of the individual area. The Acovo points, which can be redeemed at Eltron X into ORTP, makes this just a very round concept. Like Stefan says, it is a financially driven thing, but it becomes so much more once you understand it. You will see new products coming in, and this doesn't mean, just to clarify, we will not be selling shoes when we launch. So this is simplifying a product, but it will be many products coming in. And I'm telling you, the conversations that I know have been going on for the last few days and have been going on from the trip when Stefan was in Latin America is just mind-blowing what we will see there. There are 8 steps to amplifying success. You share your post. You earn your points. You redeem your points by becoming an Amplivo licensed member by getting your business license. So if you have a business license, you can actually redeem them. Or if you are a supporter, a customer, you'll be able to redeem them. The rest will use them for gamification. But they will quickly realize that they could have had that value if they would have just followed your guidance. Now, gain access to Amplivo with the dashboard. You will also be able to supercharge your posts and grow your network. The new packages that will come in here will explode your business exponentially, okay? And there will be news on these packages, not the specific package, but there will be news on that later from Stefan here. Step number 6, you encourage your Amplivo community to grow. And that is what we're doing all the time. Guys in the back, develop your network leadership skills. That is the commitment that any one of us should have. Any one of us that gets involved with this, we have a responsibility to grow, because we are inviting others to follow. When you look at point number 8, it says, doing good, never felt better. And it's absolutely right. This is your new business model in one picture. You go through Amplivo, and through Amplivo, you share the message of Ecovo on different social medias. And what you will see in this picture here is that the arrow actually goes back as well. What that means is, as you are sharing all of these messages, traffic will come back from people who are interested, from people who find it relevant. And if you don't believe me, the live stream tonight is set up on a unique channel that went out last night, only to people in the leadership groups. We didn't even put it in a global newsletter. It just went out last minute. Before we got started, Jonas showed me, he says, something in German, can you translate for me? And it was a guy that had seen it and says, what is it? I want to join. What is it? I want to join. That was on a secret channel. Now, what will happen when we start the organized message? What will happen directly and indirectly to your business? Only fantasy can have any idea about that. But this business model here is simple. It is very, very clean. It is very, very transparent to both governments and to people looking at it. It is a non-dangerous, and it is a highly potential opportunity to do good. You could actually say, doing good never felt better. That is what we have for you. I want to finish off by making a commitment. I promise to you that I will do whatever is in my power to see this succeed. I promise you I will not rest if there is an opportunity to make things better. I don't promise you times without challenges. I don't promise you that we will not sometimes disagree. But what I do promise you is that I will always strive to do it for the better. If there's one thing that my friend and mentor Frank Ricketts has taught me, it is that it is for the people. We have to make sure that you have a smooth business. That process will not stop. And I am very, very happy to say that Frank is not out of the picture. He stays as a consultant. He stays as an advisor to me. He stays in more functions within the business, okay? So that is not about it. But what I really want you to know is that I am deeply, deeply grateful to Jonas from Socium for giving me the opportunity. I'm deeply grateful to be serving you guys. And I'm very, very grateful for a crazy guy that I met about a year ago. And it honestly took me a little while to understand him, because he will not sit still for 5 seconds. He will go up, he will walk around, and as you try to explain things to him, sometimes it helps if you also get up, because that means you can continue to explain and just walk after him. He will go left and right, in and out, blah, 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 blah. And when you think he doesn't understand, that's when you learn how fast his brain works. I one time had to say to him, stop for a minute, explain this to me. And he did that like this. His commitment to you guys is tremendous. He's talking to me late at night in Europe. So late that I'm saying, you know what, I'm beginning to be tired. I want to go to bed. And then I'm thinking, he's sitting in Thailand. And he has not been to bed yet. To be entrusted with the responsibility that Stefan has entrusted me with is a great, great honor. I want you to know it's an extension. It's an extension of his vision. It's an extension of his mentality towards the network. I want you all to give a standing applause to our founder, the one and only Mr. Stefan Lieberg. Hey, Cliff, would you show me? So, that was not too shitty, was it? It's amazing we're in an industry where you tell people that don't please share this. And what happens? The more you say, this is really important that you don't share it. And what happens? You can't share this, but I tell you, and then it's all over internet. But we managed to keep this one quiet under wraps here. Some people are for sure a little bit shocked. What's going on? Yeah? But I can assure you that this will be insanely powerful. It will be insanely powerful. It's time for the industry to change paradigm. And I am truly convinced where we will be in the next 3 to 5 years is something out of proportions. Why? Because there is also reasons for us developing, for example, the marketing plan in a way we did. We are not going to just bring in a person one by one. We are bringing in organizations, communities, network companies. Why? Because we can protect even companies. With double or triple or quadruple income earnings, getting cool products in for doing good. Is that awesome? I think it's awesome. I think it's super awesome. I can hardly sleep. Yeah, I know, somebody says, yeah. So, having said that, I mean, it's time to bring it down back to where are we today. Okay? Can we have some slides, please? So, the roadmap. I think it's very important. I used to say, and I'm saying it over and over and over again, that network leaders, we tend to forget what it's all about. Bring in new people, introducing them to something new they've never been involved in. Correct? And then we start speaking about, you need to have a plan. You need to have a goal. And we tend to forget that most people never, ever made a plan. How absurd that is. We go to school, kindergarten. Somebody tells us exactly when to go. Somebody tells us when to eat, when to go home, when to eat again, do your homework, go to bed, repeat. We go on to school, same thing. We go into being a professional in a job. Some people actually like to have a job. I like to have a mission. It's a choice. It's not bad. It's just another way. What we introduce to these people is actually a plan B. An extra income on top of the job, the career. It's not for everybody to be professionals in the industry. It's not. But imagine, how much is an extra 500 euros a month? In this industry, if that's what you introduce to the people, think about Thailand. That's about 16,000, 17,000 bahts a month. That's about the same as a clerk in the bank has, on top of it. And that's what it's all about. By duplicating that, what does duplication mean? It means that you do it first. People don't do what you say, they do what you do. People think that, why is my network not growing? And then you ask them, when did you do your last presentation? What you mean? I'm training my leaders. Good luck. Duplication. The roadmap is for us to show you that we know where we're going. Okay? And it's up to us to show you that so you can tap into the full potential of the business,
Focus on what is right now and right in front of us. Not 2021. It's nice to know for you where to go there, but focus on what is important. Step by step. If I learned something of the industry the last years is that when a networker, so to say leader in network thinks, nothing happens. It's interesting. Sit and think about and strategy and this and that, but nothing happens. I used to speak about one of the really famous first cities where I built a network back in the 2000, but it became a coffee club. And when a new person came in, they looked at that person. Who are you? Don't come here. It is about telling the story. It's about focusing on, can I have the next slide please? Focusing on what is it right now. We're going to roll out in stages that you see here from actually yesterday, okay, until the 6th of December when the transition from what we have today will become a full Amplivo. Not with all the elements. Why? Because step by step we'll introduce what you should focus on. And if you think of, oh, I'm going to wait and then I'm going to do when this comes, you're going to lose out. Because it's about building the structure, getting the people to focus on what matters. And what is it that matters? Sharing. Sharing matters. How cool is that? It matters, yes, to us, to the planet, but also sharing matters. Things, financial freedom, innovations for a sustainable future, a solution to the plastic global disaster of plastic pollution. Yes, not only something, no, the solution. I believe it is. Yes, it's cool with some shoes from plastic from the ocean, but you're only moving that into the next plastic thing, correct? It's a cool thing what we have. Why? Because imagine, like Jens says, you know, you have a box here and you put in plastic into it, kaboom, it's gone, eradicated. That would most probably be the innovation of the century, yeah? But actually fuel comes out. And people are like, yeah, but does it do 18,000 liters or 15,000 liters or 9? I don't know. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. As long as it's taking away the plastic pollution, and even there's just 1 liter a day, it would be much better than nothing. Correct? And you know, ladies and gentlemen, we even tokenize that. And what you do with those tokens is entirely up to you. Up to you. But please remember, the moment you let go of the token, our polypetron does not care about your token. It keeps on spitting out the fuel and eradicating plastic and documenting it on a blockchain. Value on blockchain and for our social capital and what? Money. That's cool. I like money also. I didn't invent it. Let's play by the games that are on the market. And by sharing that opportunity, we will also break the paradigm on what is possible in earnings in the industry. Our goals are big, pretty big. Let's blow those goals up and put a new gear in shift today. Who wins? One guy is sitting and laughing back there. You see, I don't know where he is now. Mr. Assad. There he is. He's just sitting and laughing. He's just laughing about, because he knows what he's been doing without having even a hunch about where he was going to go when we started. The guy was so crazy, so he jumped on an aeroplane, knocked on the door in the famous condo. It was going to be 3 days there. Normally the guy is partying the head of himself every night when he'd been in Bangkok. He ended up sitting in the condo, hardly going outside for 5 months. How crazy is that? And I see other people doing it also. I see people that never succeeded in network. It's not about that. It's about taking it and putting it into action, simply copying what he's been doing. Simply copying it. Don't invent the wheel again that is there to roll for you. Because you're going to lose out. Especially with a Kovo. You know why a Kovo is so important is that they keep the message intact. So if you're looking at the transition, it starts now. Now. You will have still the old packages going on. You will still be on the previous platform that is still today, right now, but you will have 4 weeks basically when it rolls out and changes by transition, where it comes to the day when we simply shift. Make sure to get all the information out. Okay? I'm not talking about who are your front lines and who's in your organization. That's all taken care of. I'm talking about history, maybe, some invoicing, whatever. It might be important for you. For us it is, because we will work very close with the governments, taxations, and all this in order to make it so transparent and so compliant that nobody can attack you if and when you follow the rules. If and when you follow the rules. Why? Because the cake is big enough to share, believe me. If you're looking at what will happen, can I have the next slide, please? From today, a week from now, if I were you, I would put full steam ahead. Why? Because the next 4 weeks is going to reward you extra. You're not only going to get the products that you're getting so far, you will be getting 100% on top of it with marketing campaigns when they start. Is that cool? So you are getting extra in these weeks. After that, you get what is there. On top of that, the promotion of extra FLPs will stay at least for another week at double. That cool? Both on earnings and the packages. On the 18th of November, the first update and training on the Kovo business model will happen. So now don't start focus on that. Focus on what we have now and where we're going. Action. Bring in the world into the system. The next week, 1 week at a time, you're going to have an update and practical training on the platforms. So you know exactly how they work. So you know what buttons to press, how to do it, in order for you to teach your leadership now and in the future, how to get the best benefit out of the platforms. It's nice to have a nice car to drive, but it helps to learn how to drive it, correct? After that, training on all of the elements in order for the week after, if I can have one more slide, with the full transition to the new platform. And it's a pretty cool platform for me. Will it stay there forever? No. We will get up. We're already actually working on what will happen with the IT, with Wayne, with partners from software industry and pretty cool companies, I would say. Huge global companies that will be involved in building the next generation of platform. Why? Look at the industry, 200 whatever million of people in the industry of networking. We spoke about bringing in half. That's 100 million networkers in the next years, plus maybe 5 to 10 customers and followers. There you go. We're going to need to gear up continuously. You can wait to that and get going if you want. I wouldn't. Is it going to be the easiest to be a pioneer in the business, to get going? No, we spoke about that today with Vittorio also. It isn't the easiest to be the first. It isn't. But is it rewarding? Yes, but it takes commitment and character. Commitment and character. We will continue 9th of December. Going to be celebration. But it doesn't stop there. More and more and more will happen. And until the 3rd of January, qualifying for what? Koh Chang! Which is going to be a pretty famous island in the world, because that is where the first leader village will be for us. And all built for you guys, for us to enjoy from plastic trash. That's pretty cool. Why for leaders? Because it's pretty cool to be with you guys. It's a much more happy atmosphere. You know, it's going to be a celebration at the 27th of January. So qualifying with these tools, guys. Pah! I could hit 3-star in my sleep if I started in a week from now or 2 weeks from now. It's nothing. It's nothing. Yes, if you are on a net holiday marketing, net take it easy marketing, net relax, fat cat marketing, you name it. Meow! Bring it to me. No, it's called network marketing. Action. Share the story. Share the testimonial. Get serious about what you do. It's not, some kind of hobby playing. No. Put the strategy. Follow what we do. Make sure to learn to earn together with us. That's the beauty of this industry. Having people that for free educate you how to become a professional. That's pretty awesome in my world. I got asked in South America that, people say that and that. Yeah, I think this is for sure a scam, because I'm flying on my own money to South America for like 30-ish hours, pays for it, pays for the events, pays for the dinners, pays for everything. To scam people? Yeah. Grow up. These eyes, ears, some processing power would be also welcome. Analyze. Base your decision on facts. We will always reward the people that learns what we do the most. Yes, you will benefit from maybe joining, buying some, products and services, marketing, whatever. But you'll never, ever, as long as I stand, be able to compete with the true leadership or the most brilliant industry on this planet, in my world, network marketing. So I would like to end with that. I would like to end my session from that. If you don't do it, I surely will. And if you don't do it, I'm sure that somebody of your friends in Facebook, around the block, will do it. It is not the history, what you did before. It's about where you set out to go. And one thing is for sure, I know many of you guys will follow us all the way to the top. But be sure, we will go. That's all from me. Thank you for the trust, and thank you for following. See you on the top.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Staffan. Everybody feeling good? It's a little late in Thailand, but it's not very late for a lot of the viewers. Some of them it's the morning, and also in Europe it's still the afternoon. So to wrap up on this special occasion, celebrating the next level, we would like to do a few rounds of photographs. So first of all, if I could invite Staffan, who's getting undressed. Photos first, photos, guys. A couple photos. It's not long. So if we could invite Staffan and Jens back up on stage. to commemorate. Let's give them a hand, everybody. Don't go to sleep yet. To commemorate this special occasion of the launch of the next level, which is now reality. We're at that level now. Pascal, if you could join them. So if we have these three gentlemen. So